Hey everyone, Matt Wilson, Senior PM for Secure Threat Insights, with a little bit of information about 13.6 and what we're going to be working on beyond that. So we had a lot of good stuff that we started in 13.5, and we're going to continue working on in 13.6. I don't want to spend too much time on it, so I'll mention briefly some of the things that are in flight and we can expect out. Will include an updated version of the vulnerability trends over time, a completely new interactive widget that is going to be on the project dashboard first, and then we'll move that up into the group and the instance, or renamed us to Security Center dashboards. We will have the special references, which are the characters that you can use to quickly refer to an object in a comment in GitLab or like a description. We'll have those for vulnerabilities. And we've also got a few things related to the pipeline. So on the project dashboard, seeing which pipeline was run most recently against the default branch, as well as if there were any failure cases. So if you need to go and investigate, perhaps there was something that went wrong, and that means that the security reports might be out of date, you may want to go check that out, take a look. So let me switch over now to talking about what we've got in the very near future. Let me share my screen here. So the first thing that I want to touch on is an extension of our existing Jira integration. This is specifically about creating Jira issues from a vulnerability. So this is pretty cool. So this means that even if you're not using GitLab for issue tracking, you can still definitely take advantage of our security scanners and the integration that we've got to Jira, and kind of tie things together a little bit deeper than you get today. So let me show a little bit of what we're thinking here. So we've got, this is just the design mockup, which we're finalizing and planning to implement. So all the standard Jira integration configuration details are here. What we're adding is you can enable this Jira issue creation from vulnerabilities. Now this is pretty cool because it means you can actually do your vulnerability management from a project, a group, or the Security Center vulnerability list. You can click on a specific vulnerability, and where you would normally see send or create issue, which would be a GitLab issue, this will actually override that behavior and allow you to send it to the same project that you have your Jira integration configured for. So it's going to take that from your Jira integration, your project level configuration, and it's going to ask you for your issue type. This is also kind of cool because it really varies by, company, by team. It's kind of a preference. Do you want a bug? Do you want a story, a task? You might even have a custom issue. So if you just put in the issue key, you can actually target any of those types. I'll show a few more screenshots of what we've got going on here. Sorry, a lot to get through here. So you'll notice the difference is pretty subtle. So this is a regular vulnerability object or a page, pretty standard. But when you have the integration turned on, you'll see related Jira issues instead of just related issues. And then this create issues button has actually become a create Jira issue. The flow is pretty simple. It actually pushes the details. It takes the title and pushes that into the title on the Jira side, and then it takes everything in the description and pushes that into the description of your target object or issue type. So you'll see a little indication that it's loading, and then whenever it comes back, it actually provides the link back to the new issue ID. You can see the title over here, along with this is the Jira ID for that particular item. And if you click that, it will take you directly into Jira, into that new issue type. It's pretty cool. The other thing that we've been designing for a while, and we're going to move forward with very soon, we'll start the motions in 13.6, is manually creating a vulnerability. So prior to this, every vulnerability that you saw in the security dashboards, EMRs, the pipeline security view, all came from a security scanner outputting a report of their findings. This is going to be really helpful for a lot of different internal use cases. I'm sure we can't even imagine all of the ones that you're going to use for them. But for instance, let's say that you've got a bug bounty program and it doesn't get a whole lot of traffic, so it's not really worth setting up an integration for. You may choose to just go and take information from there and manually create vulnerabilities. You may have internal reports of vulnerabilities that you're handling through issues, or maybe it's email or just Slack messages. This is a great way to just fill out this form. You'll see it's got all the standard details you would expect for a vulnerability. Name and description, of course. You get to pick your severity. These are the same classifications that we normalize all the scanners to. If you have a CWE, the weakness, you can put that in there. That's, of course, helpful information for determining just kind of the classification of the vulnerability. You can even, this will pop out to the CVSS calculator, and you can input the specific CVSS score as well as the vectors inside of here for even further kind of details on exactly what the exploit looks like, or the potential exploit. And some other information you can input as well, files or component types affected, if there's a solution available, things of that nature. So once you go ahead and save and submit this item, it will just create another vulnerability that will show up inside of your project dashboard, your group dashboard, what have you, mixed in with the other vulnerability results. And we'll update this in the future, but right now we have scan type because everything that detects vulnerabilities is a scanner. And we'll probably eventually name this something a little bit differently, but you'll actually see manual entry with the GitLab username of the person who submitted the vulnerability, the manual vulnerability form. So easy way to tell and filter out any of the manually reported vulnerabilities from those that happen on the automated security scanners. It's pretty cool stuff. So these are two of the big things that we're going to be starting in 13.6, and we're going to be continuing forward for a little while. Very excited to get these started, and we look forward to talking to everybody soon. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks.